Hello. Well, what does it mean to build a legacy on your own terms? Hi, I'm Tanya Hendrix, and this is Legacy Her Way, the podcast where we explore how women are creating powerful personal legacies through family, faith, business, community, and beyond. From foster moms to founders, creatives to caregivers, we go beyond the buzzwords and talk about real life, real impact, and the values that guide it all. Whether you're building wealth, raising kids, or launching your next big thing, this is the space for you. This episode is sponsored by Huntsville Estate Planning Lawyer LLC, where we empower your vision and secure your future through estate planning and trademarks. So let's talk legacy her way, your way, and the way that matters most. Today's guest, I'm super excited for, is someone whose journey embodies exactly all that I've already talked about. Melissa Chavez is an entrepreneur who founded Mac Global Promotions, your brand on quality products. She has over 25 years of marketing experience and is committed to providing exceptional service. Mac Global Promotions is the premier destination for marketing and promotional items and services and provides an exceptional boutique experience. Melissa is an award-winning founder. Mac Global Promotions recently was awarded the 2025 Best Small Retail Business of the Year by the Madison Chamber of Commerce. Melissa's story is powerful, personal, and full of wisdom. So let's dive right in. Welcome to the show, Melissa.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm excited that you're here joining me today. So I want to give the audience a little bit of a background of you. So tell us a little bit of your background information so we can better understand your journey from kind of where you started to where you are here as an award-winning business owner.
I never get tired of hearing that award winning. It's so lovely. So I moved to Huntsville, Alabama in 2009. In Texas, I was in marketing in some capacity and I had a small business, sold it, came here and said, I want to work for corporate America. And when I came to Huntsville, I had no marketing degree, and it was really, really challenging to get any type of interviews or anything like that. So I went to school online, thank goodness, because I don't think I want to go back to the school setting. Not my thing. So I pursued a marketing degree, a bachelor's in marketing and public relations, and I was able to secure a role in a marketing department for a global company and finished my degree. And while I was there, I thought, I want to be a global marketing director. So I went ahead and pursued my master's in global business and loved it. Did it all as a single mom and was very grateful for the company. They provided me a lot of flexibility to be at all the baseball games and volleyball games. She wasn't in baseball, but we went to a few. And anyway, so it was lovely. I'm so blessed to get that experience. And then I transitioned to another role, another corporate company, a really large grocery store chain, did marketing for them. And I was very grateful for the role during COVID because I was in the food industry and so many businesses were impacted. And as a single parent, it was just such a blessing. And after COVID, I know I just became very aware that it wasn't the place I needed to be. I missed talking to people, learning about them, what drives them, what makes them want to be in their corporate setting, or why are they an entrepreneur? What drives them? So I started Mac Global in 2021 and it has been a roller coaster ride, and we've been riding it up, 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 and it's so exciting. And it's just been such a blessing. I feel really blessed to be in a community that really supports one another and encourages growth in any type of business.
Well, what is Mac Global Promotions? What do you do?
We are a promotional product company primarily, so we offer the tchotchke items, branded materials. So we put your logos onto apparel, tchotchkes, merch. There's so many names for this industry. It's crazy. We also do
Nice.
marketing services. Yes, yes. Here's a cool mug, black and gold for me. And then we also consult businesses on their marketing efforts, whether it's just being strategic in how they're marketing their business. We want to make sure they're giving the best information to the right audience to promote themselves. And then we do social media strategy and content creation. And so it's just really endless. Anything to do with marketing at all or small business. Yeah.
Well, why did you focus in on the promotional products, the merch, the Chotsky, whatever you call
Yeah. So I started that because I had experience in it and I've been doing it. I had my own company in Texas. When I moved here in 2009, I still kept a handful of clients. So I've not left the industry.
it?
I actually did it part time for a good friend of mine who was in Kansas. And when I was ready to venture out on my own, I knew it was going to be bigger than just promotional items. But I guess through the degrees and the corporate experience and the past small business experience, I knew I needed to have that foundation of what I'm really good at, what I understand, and then we can build from there. So I was being smart about it. I was adulting.
And I guess were you taking like, I mean, you just weren't, you just say, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm jumping out. Did you take some calculated risk, some educated risk before you did that?
Oh, absolutely. I kept my full-time job and I joined different organizations. One of the organizations I joined was BNI, and primarily because in the grocery setting, I did not get to grow into Huntsville because I had such a large territory. So I really wanted to get comfortable with my elevator speech and building those relationships within the community. And I knew BNI would be a good platform for me on that.
Mhm.
And the chapter that I'm at 7 AM, so it didn't interfere with my job,
Nice.
and I really loved the collaboration that we had and the support, and I remember vividly, I think it was in October, I started my company in April, I joined BNI in July. In October 2021, I got up and I said, "By July," I think I said the 16th of 2022, "I'm going to leave my full-time job." And they're like, "Okay, well, sure enough, Tanya, July 6th of 2021 was my last day of the full-time role."
Oh, wow.
So, and it's been a blessing. It's been such a blessing.
So you're coming up on an anniversary then. It's at 5.
From being doing it full-time myself,
Mhm.
yes. So April 1st, we just celebrated 4 years.
Yay.
And so July 6th, I will have been on my own for 3, and I am single and I do have a grown daughter. So it's so scary not having a dual income in your home. And I mean, she was in college when I started this, but there's still that fear that you're the parent. If they need you, you're available or financially and things of that
Mhm.
nature. So it was a big risk, but I put my faith in God and prayed about it and daily said, "You've got it, take the wheel, take the wheel." Put me on the right path, put me in the right connection groups and things of that nature, and it's been a blessing.
Well, and speaking to that, what did give you the courage? I know you put your faith in God. That's huge. I mean, you had to have known that this was a direction that God was sending you in order for you to in order for you to say, yeah, I'm going to do this. But what gave you that courage? Because if someone's listening and they had this idea or they're feeling like, I got to get out of this business, I feel like I'm called or I need to be doing something else and serving people in a different way, but I'm a single mom and everything lies on me. My child has to eat. My child has a
Yeah,
roof over her head.
yeah.
What gave you the courage to step out and make that pivot from corporate America to being on your own?
I think it was multiple things. I think having a degree for one, if it failed, I knew I could get another job. Also, the experiences that I've gained through my entire adult life, any career from my first job as a waitress to what I did at my last career, I've learned so much. And I feel like it just gave me the confidence to be of value to my clients from all capacities. And I honestly believe when you feel it in your gut, like there was no sour feeling in my gut. It was very calm. I wasn't anxious about it. It was just the right time and I felt a total peace about it.
Mhm.
And even when I resigned, I felt a peace about it. And we've been blessed to be a debt-free company and
Nice.
I don't want to have debt. Well, some weeks are kind of tough, but we make it work. And as we've grown, we have a team of 5, well, 6 with myself. And, there's payroll responsibilities and all of that. But I'm not saying it's never scary or a little concerning, but I am in the right space. I just feel it. And I think we women, we know. It's like our bodies were built to have that little instinct, don't you think?
I think so. And I have found in my life when I have ignored that instinct, when I've ignored that little gut feeling, things went wrong. Not to say that everything was easy when I went with that gut feeling, but I also knew when I did not go with that gut feeling, if I made the other decision, I knew it instantly. My body knew it instantly. I mean, that's been my experience. I'm not telling everybody just go, you know, don't just say, okay, I'm ready to move and then go move right now. You have to take
Yeah.
educated risks. We've heard that. I don't know, not sure when this podcast will air, but one of our other guests, one of the things she stressed was educated risks. And so
Yes.
you don't just take a risk, you educate, you research things, you figure things out and make sure that you can do it. And like you mentioned, you had a degree you could fall back on. You always knew that you could fall back on something else if this failed, but you were willing to take that big leap and try something big and scary, exciting, but big and scary.
Yeah.
If there's someone listening who's kind of in that same situation, what advice would you give her about making that leap or pivoting?
I think surrounding yourself with people that maybe are in the industry or whatever it is that you're wanting to do and get feedback from them. If you are blessed with family that you can communicate with, I think that's a big opportunity. Oftentimes, that could be a little pushback because they're so concerned for you. But spend some time in prayer. Make sure you're talking to the right people and the people who are successful and they can help you make those calculated risks to see, okay, well, do you have this much in the bank? Or what are you going to do about securing this type of client if that's the industry you're going in? Or if it's a restaurant you're opening, what is going to set you apart and attract the audience to come to eat at your establishment? So I think if you can too, get a business coach or talk to a therapist, anybody that can help you really think through all of those things because I was thinking about a business, and I remember I was in therapy because I think everybody should be in some form of therapy just to vent out. As a single mom, I didn't have anybody to yell at. Couldn't yell at my kid all the time. And I had told her probably 2 years before I opened Mac Global that I wanted to do this and didn't have the name yet. I didn't have any of that. I just knew it was in the horizon and we would talk through things. So surrounding yourself, talking to the right people, I think is really crucial.
Was there a moment, or maybe you haven't attained that moment, reached that moment yet, but was there a moment when you realized you were building something lasting? Or were you intentional from the very beginning about building something that's going to be lasting, that's going to be a legacy for you?
Yes, I want it to be something that I knew I wanted it to be global, therefore the name.
Hmm.
And I knew that. And I just have such big goals for people as well to work on a team with us to leave their own legacies, male or female, hiring people that want to go to work, want to provide the customer the best experience, want them to be in the best version of themselves. It could be somebody who's great at accounting. I hate numbers, don't like it. So I hired somebody to take care of that for me because that's what their skill set is. So when I started, I knew I was going to be very intentional in hiring a team that excels in their own space. And I can see it globally. I mean, I can see us on a private plane with the Mac Global logo on it, not necessarily delivering pins across to Germany or something, but definitely traveling, taking the team, and just being a household name. There's a lot of big companies out there that do what we do, but how are we just going to elevate it? And so I did my homework. I did look at For Imprint and All Promos and all these box companies, even though they're not box companies, they're all virtual, but huge companies to see what they've done and how they processed everything. And we're growing from there.
All right. And when you get that plane, don't forget your favorite podcast host.
Oh gosh, never will I forget you. Are you kidding? And you helped me get my trademark going. So, I mean, thank you.
You're
And knowing those types of things that are just crucial in seeing the future. Like I knew a year ago, this is what I'm going to do. I need to start thinking about all of the technicalities or legalities or whatever to protect us
Mhm,
and my team.
mhm. Yeah, so that goes back into making those educated risks. I mean, you have to know what you're getting into. You don't just take that leap and go, okay, I'm here. You have to make those educated risks. And as you talked about, talk to a therapist or get a business coach. Somebody like you mentioned BNI, you can find people within BNI or other networking groups that you can connect with people who can give you some insight here and there on, oh yeah, you need to have a business entity like an LLC or corporation, or you need to have a trademark, or you need to talk to a business coach. I mean, you surround yourself with people who really are a step or two ahead of you, who can help you navigate what, because it's, starting a business, you and I are both business owners. It's a lot of work and
It
a lot of
is.
sacrifices in order to
Yes,
get these businesses off the ground and growing. And people need to be realistic about that and understand the work behind it and how to get there.
absolutely.
So, what is something, because you're on the move, you're growing, what is something that you've had to let go of in order to build the better future that you are striving for?
I don't have any hobbies other than work. And I am single. So this is my husband, my child. My child is now grown, living her life. So I put a lot of work into Matt Global. Extra resources go back into Matt Global. And I willingly went into business for myself knowing that I was going to do that. And it's not for everybody. And some people might have a partner that's really supportive on it and just having those conversations, but that was my personal sacrifice, a relationship, if you will. Not saying I wouldn't start dating if you know,
This is only for
but
women. This is a podcast for women. Now, men can be listening too.
well, if they know of any, but I'm just saying, and finding the right person, but that was my personal sacrifice as well as just resources because sure, I made a great sale and I could have paid myself a great commission, but we really need the conference table or we really need to get some space now. And we just opened a warehouse not too far from here. It's like, okay, that could have been my little bonus, but no, it's going back into the company. And I'm sad about it momentarily, but I know in the long run, I see the future. We have our own facility. We have the facility with screen printing and embroidery machines, graphic designers, all of it. I can see it. And maybe I want to sell it. I don't know. I haven't decided. I don't have an exit strategy. That's one of the things I'm working on.
Well, you don't have to do that now
No.
because you're still building a great future for you, for your daughter. So, Mac is actually your initials,
Yes.
and you have built this. This is your baby. This is your husband. This is your everything, other than your daughter. How does Mac Global Promotions reflect your personal values?
Oh, wow. How does it reflect my personal values? I think integrity, quality, these are some, and just care. I care about people. One of the things I mentioned earlier is I like to learn about different businesses and what makes them tick and why they're in these roles that they're in. But I also truly care about providing them with the best products for their potential customers or their friends or a bridal party or whatever. And I've always cared about people and I want to love on people. And I feel like this is a great way that Matt Global can do that
Mhm.
and provide a job for my team. So it's just this beautiful synergy process that we have of caring on our clients, having that integrity, making sure that we're transparent when things go wrong, because they do. And it's how we learn from them, and just always being a better version than we were yesterday.
Mhm. Mhm. So, as you are building Mac Global Promotions and building your legacy, tell us, what does legacy her way mean to you?
Mm, what does legacy her way mean to you? Well, I think things have changed since I was young. I'm kind of old. I'm not going to say how old, but the dynamic of the people on the planet today is so different than it was 20, 30 years ago. And I really love the empowerment that women have now, the ability to do so much, from voting to whatever the case may be. And I think each of us have an opportunity, again, to be the best version of ourselves. And if it's a business you want to open, do it and do it your way. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody told me to pick black and gold. I chose black and gold because I wanted it that way. I chose to have the boutique experience because I wanted it that way. And so many people will tell me, well, why don't you do discounts on social media and this and that? Because I don't want to do that. And it's okay.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have discounts on social media, but we're targeting a different clientele or whatever the case may be. And I don't know. I like being in charge, but sometimes I don't. When there's a problem, I don't. I'm like, can somebody else take care of it?
Oh, that's
But
so
we all
great.
have our strengths and weaknesses. So I think legacy her way is just doing it the way that you want to do it. And it's okay.
Mhm.
It's brilliant. It's beautiful.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, what's one legacy building habit or mindset shift you'd recommend starting today? Like, if someone's listening and they're wanting to start a global brand, or they're wanting
Mhm.
to just, do something different, what is a legacy building habit or mindset shift that you'd recommend they take?
Definitely daily journaling or manifesting. My manifesting, I believe, to be prayer.
Mhm.
And so I get up every morning, I drink my gallon of coffee because I do drink a lot. You don't have to do that part. I'm not telling you to do that. But journaling and praying about your future and envisioning it to the best version you want it to be. So I'm on a plane. In my journaling, I'm on a plane. I'm going to Italy, to my second home, my vacation home. In my journal, I'm doing that. And I happen to be wearing all the Mac merch, and I have my friends that, have supported me along the way. I can see it vividly. And I don't think it's reaching for the stars or bad to dream or anything like that. But the more intentional you are about spending that time with God and just sharing with him your heart, he will open the doors and he already knows what's going to happen. So just do your part.
Mhm.
Journal daily.
Well, and so journaling is great. I do that too. And I'm a published author and I encourage writing. So if you could write a letter to your 20-year-old self, what would you say?
Oh my. What would I say? Just learn all you can and absorb and retain and figure out how to remember people's names. I'm in marketing and sales and I forget names so much, but I'll remember that you had a dog that had, this situation a month ago, or your kid went off on this Denver trip, but I can't remember your name sometimes. I don't know. So I would definitely tell myself to remember names, be more intentional on figuring that out, but just absorb all of that you can. No matter the life experience, what can you learn from it and make yourself better than the day you were before? And that now we're doing that. And that's our goal now. But I would definitely tell myself, and to be patient. I think we women tend to want things, well, in our society. We get groceries delivered, dinner delivered, instantly shop online at any of the online platforms and get it in 2 days, and, oh my gosh, it's more than 2 days now. It's just be patient. Also be patient for sure.
Yeah. So What values or traditions are you passing down to your daughter that you want to be passed down to like a granddaughter or a great granddaughter?
I think the biggest is just no matter what you're doing in life, do it to the best of your ability. If you're at a corporate job or whatever, leave it better than the way you did before. Don't burn bridges. I feel like so many people are so quick to unfortunately hate on one another or really cross boundaries that can't be undone. And I feel like it's just going to be so damaging to your future relationships.
Mhm.
You don't know when you're going to go back to somebody and not necessarily need them, but even be there for them because of their own personal crisis. So definitely leave it better than you found it. Do your best and don't piss people off.
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, there have been bridges I burned because I thought I'll never need this person again. I'll never talk to this person again. There's never going to be a reason that this person should have anything to do with my life. And then 5 years later, 10 years later, I'm like, man, I really need that person's recommendation or I need that person's advice on something. And I've kicked myself because I burned those bridges. So that is excellent advice to not burn bridges because you never know when you may need their help. Or as you said, you could help them. I mean, you can provide something of value to them down the road. And so excellent, excellent advice.
Yeah.
What is something that you wish, something that maybe you're doing now, or something that you have learned through this process of leaving corporate America, starting your own business that you wish more women knew they could do?
Oh, just do it. Like, just jump over and have that confidence in yourself and your ability because you have the skill set, you have the knowledge, you may have the target audience already. And just, I feel like we get this imposter syndrome so often in so many phases of our life, but don't believe it. Don't let it self doubt you. And if you can't go to a therapist, use chat. Chat's really good about building me up sometimes at night when I'm working late because I still, even with in my journaling, one of the things I constantly say, I am a confident woman. I'm a pillar in the community. And I write this every single day, every day. I have not always been the most confident person. And I feel so confident now. And there's still days that I struggle with that, but I just don't let it get in. So just believe enough in yourself, in your own experiences to just pull the trigger and go.
Well, I love that you use affirmations, you use vision, and you're manifesting. You said through your prayers, but you said, hey, by July 16th, 2022, I'm going to have my own business. You said that in October of 21 and you did. So you're out there, you're manifesting it, you're making things. And there's nothing frou-frou or anti-Christian about those things. I think a lot of people may have that misconception because you are still, I mean, you can still believe God can make things happen, but God still wants you to do some work too. And so
Oh,
I
absolutely.
love that you have incorporated all of that. And I think it's a testament to your character and to how you've built the business. So
Yeah.
tell people how they can find you. How can they find Mac Global Promotions, whether they need the merch or they need some marketing help?
Yes. So we have a website, macglobalpromotions.com, and I conveniently have it all up here for you. Or you can email us at info@macglobalpromotions.com, or you can call our office at 256-886-3601. Or if you happen to be sitting in your lawn one day and you see a plane that goes with Mac Global on it, you can. I'm telling you, I'm putting it out there everywhere I can because I want the plane.
It will happen. It will happen one day. It's, you keep some of those affirmations. I do affirmations. You keep doing that, keep manifesting. It's going to happen. And one day
Absolutely.
I'll be driving down the road on 565 in Huntsville and I'll look up and there'll be the Mac Global Promotions corporate jet.
No, you'll be in the plane with me. You'll be in the plane with me wherever we're going.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that. Well, Melissa, thank you
Okay.
so much for joining us today. You have been an incredible guest, incredibly inspirational. And I hope that the listeners really take to heart that it doesn't matter your circumstance. You can be a single mom and you can take the scary, educated risk of opening your business. So thank you so much for being with us. And so
Thank you.
Absolutely. So thanks so much for listening to Legacy Her Way. If today's conversation inspired you, moved you, or made you think differently about what legacy means, you are not alone. I mean, listen to Melissa's story. So be sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling generous, leave a review to help more women find inspiration for their own path to legacy. Until next time, keep building boldly, loving deeply, and living your legacy her way. Bye.